If you're about to travel and want to capture your journey but don't know where to start, this video is for you. I spent the past 12 months documenting my travels across Japan, Hong Kong, Singapore, Melbourne, and most recently, Bali. So today I'll be sharing a few tips on how I film myself while traveling. Hello, if you're new to this channel, my name is Terry. I am a vlogger and I like to share my experience on how to vlog so you guys can do the same thing. So before we dive in, I just want to make sure everyone is aware of this. That is to be respectful to the places you're visiting. Make sure to follow the rules and try not to disturb the locals because at the end of the day, you are a visitor. And the reason you're there is mostly because they kept their countries or cities really well that made you want to visit. Also, not everyone or everywhere can be filmed. So make sure you listen and ask for permission and yeah, just don't be ignorant. And with that out of the way, let's get into it. The first thing that I want to point out is to trust your gut, whether you should actually film or not. This is also the first thing that I mentioned in my other video, and I think it's especially important when you're in somewhere that you're unfamiliar with. Like for some tourist attractions, they are known to be unsafe. So make sure you're aware of your surroundings before you start filming. If it feels sus to just taking out your camera, then don't do it. It's not worth the hassle. Which kind of takes me to the next point, that is to find the appropriate gear for the occasion. So let's say the location that you're there is not really camera appropriate, maybe due to the tight space or the venue doesn't allow a mirrorless camera, then using your phone is probably a better option. Previously, I was really caught up on making everything cinematic for my vlogs. Everything has to be perfect. So sometimes I will be reluctant to shoot without my mirrorless camera. And that's when I realized I actually miss a lot of beautiful moments. As I start creating more and more, I realized sometimes I just want to capture that most candid moment because I feel like that is the true reflection of how I felt during that time. And I started doing that more rather than everything being so creative. For example, this trip that I went on, I was capturing a lot of different footage from my Sony Pocket 3 and my phone. Of course, the image quality is going to be unbeatable for the Sony. Sometimes I just really want to capture that precious moment because at the end of the day, all the keys are just there to help you to tell your story or document your life. It shouldn't be your main focus. So piggybacking off the last point, I think this is still highly relevant, is to make filming more convenient for you. If you're traveling, you're probably carrying a lot of stuff already. So you want to find the best tool that is the most convenient for you. It could be your phone or mirrorless camera, as long as you can make it accessible. Like when we first arrived in Bali, I really wanted to capture that excitement feeling. And my phone was in my pocket, obviously, so I could just quickly take it out and shoot. Whereas if I need to pick up my mirrorless camera, I have to unzip my bag, take it out, probably fiddle with some settings before I can actually press record. But if you're a sucker for quality, there's one tool that can really help to make your mirrorless camera accessible. This is a camera clip. There are many different brands out there, so choose your poison. The one that I used most recently is from PGY Tech. It's called the Beetle Clip. These were sent to me and I have been using it for the last 2 months, I guess. So for those, you want to attach it to your backpack strap. So whenever you want to shoot, you can just click out and then start shooting. This is honestly a game changer if you like to document your journey with a mirrorless camera. It's just so easy and I feel safe all the time because I can feel my camera on my chest. So yeah, highly recommend. Recording yourself can be tough in the beginning. Well, I mean, it still is from time to time for me. And the best way to make it easier is to use something that you're already comfortable with, like your phone, or something that doesn't attract as much attention. Nowadays, there's just so many different types of camera that you can choose from. So yeah, take your pick. Another way to make filming less intimidating is to find a spot that has less people surrounding you. I find that to be slightly better. Like as soon as you get into the zone of filming, you will barely notice anyone that's around you. So you just want to use something that you feel comfortable with during that moment without ruining your travel experience. When it comes to filming yourself, if you don't have anyone to film you, your best bet is to have some accessories. For my Sony a6700, I've been using my PGY Tech Mantis Pod for a while now. So it acts as a tripod and a selfie stick. It's small and compact and can still frame some cinematic shots and talking heads if you need to. Absolutely a must-have for my travel. Also, it fits in my sling bag, so it's so easy to carry around. For the Osmo Pocket 3, I got the Creator Combo. So it comes with the tripod legs, which makes it way more convenient. Actually, I like to have it attached to the camera for most of the time, so I can always place it on the table without having to pull all the accessories out. And I found it to be easier when I try to do those gimbal style shots, as it has more room for me to hold on to the camera, because it's quite tiny. If you're just hand holding the actual camera, is around that long. So, oh, this is awkward. I mean, yeah, like that. Also, I picked up this cage which has a magnetic back onto it. I can just stick it and place it whenever there's magnetic field. It just gives me more creative options for my shots. An honorable mention is my Sony BCM B10 mic. It's a shotgun mic. So I wanted to do a bit more of a run and gun style vlogs. And this really comes in handy because I no longer need to put on my wireless mic. I can just plug it on top of my camera. And you see, I don't even need a cable because this kind of, I don't know how it works, but you just put this in the mount and then it will connect, since both of these are Sony's. Okay, next part, let's talk about something a bit more practical when it comes to filming yourself. I think by just having a great composition can instantly level up your footage. And the easiest way to do that is to turn on your camera grid, which kind of looks like this. And if you want to keep it simple, place a subject. In this case, it will be you, either in the middle or on the two lines on your left and right. This can help to create a balance or a sense of harmony when shooting these shots. Another good way is to use framing. It could be like a mirror or door frame or whatever you can find within that environment. It just makes the image a bit more interesting. Or using the depth of field, having something in the foreground, mid-ground, which probably yourself, and in the background to create a more interesting canvas. And at the end of the day, I think filming yourself while traveling is more about capturing that memory and the experience so you can look back at it in the future rather than using the best gear or having the most beautiful image. But yeah, that could be just me and what I've been feeling most recently. And that is all for this video. So I feel like I didn't have that many practical tips in this one, but I feel like the mindset is more important than the practical tips because you can always learn it on the go or just pick it up as you watch more videos and study other people's work. So yeah, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you're going somewhere, let me know where you're going in the comment section down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.